Laws. I know. We're going back. We're going way back to the 80s when this used to fit. It's called a bolero. That's what they used to call this jacket, a bolero. And you would wear this with thigh-high boots, pair of shorts, and a tube top. And it'll be like 10 degrees outside. And then you look at the guy at the club, you're like, look at us, we're going to freeze. They're like, let you in. So that's the whole rule in life, girls, go naked. Funny, I should say that. I can't do that. I certainly can't do that. I was experimenting with my phone by accident. It was new. I went from a flip phone to an iPhone, and it rang. And I hit the phone, and I hit FaceTime, and I screamed because it was my daughter's teacher who called, and I FaceTimed her by accident, and I was naked, okay? And it was my body, and I screamed. And then I used to go through my kid's phone because I had to, and then I found that picture, the V picture, and I went and I attacked my daughter. I said, how dare you have a picture of your V in this phone? And she said, that's not me, Mama. She goes, that's my science teacher. And I'm like, Miss Wu? And she says, yeah. She goes, you always told me I should have leverage on people. I said, that's blackmail. That's different. And then my husband says to me afterwards, that's what you taught her? And I was like, well, leverage. You always got to have something. This is a special night. Tonight's different than any other night because when Samantha comes back, she's going to be 2 teeth less. It's going to be different, Samantha. You're going to want your teeth too. And know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you that they cracked and that they can't give them to you. But what they're really going to do is give it to a dental school to work on. I'm the assistant that says, I'm sorry, we can't do that. It's against the law, and it's, all these health issues, and it's just a lie, a flamboyant lie. Because when you date the dentist, then you have your teeth. I still have my 2 wisdom teeth from my ex. When I paid for them, I couldn't get them. Makes no sense. They're my teeth. I'm going to dip them in gold so I can prove I used to have a smile. Now I look like a horse. When I first got them, they were so beautiful. All I know is my husband said, I want you to stop grinning. Every time you smile, it costs me money. And I was like, oh, okay. So another exciting day in the life of Sunda Krunquist where nothing gets done the right way. You would think I'm speaking Latin here. But I am going to speak Latin today. I can't wait all day. Are you coming inside or you're outside? I'm trying to stall, sweetie, and we can't do that right now because I have to give a round of applause to our producer on board tonight. Jason Ham is here. So when you guys want your copy of your edited video, you know to talk to Jason Ham. And that was your comedy concierge. You walk that way. That's Samantha Linderman. Yes, round of applause. She just ran out the door. And your social media expert at your call, Cece Trezza, is here. So we have a really great night, and those claps are really pitiful, but that's okay because I'm going to an Italian funeral. This is how we dress in New York. Everything's black, by the way. You can never say something. And when someone wore the same thing twice, even when it's black. And if you guys all close your eyes, you're all black. All right, I just thought I'd throw that out there just to make people uncomfortable. And now to make them comfortable once again, your comedy concierge is coming up tonight because she's got a big day tomorrow. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Samantha Linderman.
Stop. Seriously, stop. Did you guys know I'm getting my wisdom teeth out tomorrow? Did anybody let you know that? Were you on the email? They didn't even email me. They texted me, and they're like, press C to confirm. I'm like, that's it? I'm going under. Press C to confirm? That's terrifying. Yeah, that is tomorrow. I'm hoping that maybe, now it's like years of stand-up almost, will come out when I'm under the influence of what they're going to do. I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm going to take a video and I'm going to go viral. And this may be the last time you guys see me doing stand-up. I might just professionally be getting my wisdom teeth taken out. No, I'm kidding. I'm so excited. Dr. Chen, if you're watching. No, I don't think he's watching. I purposely didn't tell him I was a comedian. I just don't want to hear any jokes before anything. I don't know. They do that to me. My dentist did that to me. I can't have the oral surgeon do it to me too. Just jokes. That's it. That sounded crazy. It was just jokes. But it was like exhausting. And it's like I can't laugh because my mouth's open and I can't look away. He's like, look at me. Face me. Face me. And I'm like, I am. There's nowhere else to face. We're face to face. It kind of reminds me of this right now. The bright light. Anyways, no, I'm so excited. I can't wait. And then when I was leaving, like I was making the appointment for my wisdom teeth, and the receptionist said to me and my mom, like she was like, "You better stay at your mom's house." And I was like, "Okay, fine." So I'm super excited. Can you guys tell from my can you tell? No, but when I'm not getting my wisdom teeth taken out, I do a lot of other things. Does anybody here have a dog? Someone said, yeah. Did you say yeah or did you say meow? Oh, okay. I heard meow, and I was like, that's the opposite of having a dog. Meow. I was like, somebody's a cat person, which is fine. You know, I mean, I don't really like cats because of my dog. You know, like I now when I see a cat, I act like her. It's like one of my ears goes up, and I just see red. Because why do they feel like they run the neighborhood? I can't stand it. I can't stand it. They're pacing right in front of my, like right where I need to bring in my pit bull lab. You know what I mean? And her name's Rhino, but she's the sweetest. But it's like nobody believes you when you're pulling her. Like, Rhino, come here. Friends, not food, you know? I'm like, she's the sweetest. And, you know, when I walk her, I want to meet my neighbors. But they'll be like, oh, can I pet her? And I have to tell them, like, you know, like she has some issues with men. She has all these boundaries that I don't seem to have. Like, I don't know. Like, as just like as she gets to operate in a world that I don't make for myself. I'm like, she doesn't really like men. She loves snacks, treat. Like, I don't know. I love her. But I have this neighbor who is like this. He's a white guy, 5'4", dreadlocks longer than him, and he has a girlfriend and a motorcycle. So I shouldn't be talking shit. But he was like, "Can I pet your dog?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, she doesn't really like guys." And he was like, "I know, you might not know this about me, but I used to be a pit bull trainer." And I was like, "Can I see some sort of verification? Like, can I film this? Like, I don't know. Like, if my pit bull, like, I don't know. Like, I don't want this. Is this gonna go viral? Am I filming?" And then she, you know, barked at him, and he was like, "Good job." And then he was like, "Do you feed her at home?" I was like, "What's going on?" So, wellness check. Can you move along, sir? But now I see him every once in a while on his motorcycle, and I just run. I run with the dog. No, it's true. It's sad, and it's like I avoid conversation. That's my thing. It's like I talk to strangers, and it upsets a lot of my close friends, honestly. Has anybody ever been to a Costco in Salt Lake City, Utah? Yeah. They have the biggest Costco ever in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I was there in the peak of my, like, we are one world. Like, my head is shaved and I am free. And I was like, let me compliment every single person that I see in life. And it was like, I heart Florida. And I was like, wow, have you been to Florida? Something about me says that you've been to Florida. And my sister was like, we have to stop. Like, we're never going to make it out of this Costco. And I almost became a sister wife. Welcome back. Come on in. Hi, welcome. I forgot I was on stage and I wanted to, okay. But yeah, Salt Lake City is a beautiful place. Honestly, it's the next comedy hotspot. I might have to move there after I get my wisdom teeth out. No, I think honestly that's it for me tonight. I'm kind of, yeah, but I love you guys, and I'll be thinking of you the whole time, and peace and love. Thank you. And you can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH. We're performing here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're a podcast rental studio. We're a great time. Come check us out. Okay, bye.
Yes. Sam, good luck. You gonna call me?
Yeah.
All right. You're gonna leave now, right?
Okay.
I mean, Mom. All right. I'm just saying, Mom, in case you're watching, I'm trying to do the best here that I can do. That's all. And so we're going to keep it going. We need some chains and leather, but we're in the house with Cece Trezza. Come on, Cece. Come on, I got to make some kind of rhyme on time. If I need help, can I call you?
You're going to kill it there. Like, you don't even know. Like, it's going to be so amazing.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Okay. You don't need to wait. You can go. No, go to your teeth. Do you have names for those teeth? Okay. Do you... I think it's gonna be fun. It'll be like cool, yeah. Hey everybody, how's it going? How are we feeling tonight on this wacky Wednesday wacky? Woo! So do you guys know like pick me girls? Have you heard that term? Yeah. I think okay, like I know that those exist and they're there 100%. But what about pick me boys? You know what I mean? Like pick me boys kind of give me, if I thought someone was a pick me boy, it'd be someone who took a tab of acid and was like, whoa, human empathy is like a really cool thing, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like the guy, guys, I took my dog for a walk today and she's just like, I love her, but she wants to get hit by a car, I feel like sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want that at all. Okay, everyone's so serious, guys. It's okay. It's okay. It's comedy. Don't worry about it. You know, she just like runs towards like the trucks and I'm like, wait, buttons, please. I had to give her a bath before I got here, which is why I was here a little late because I had to give her a bath. And you know, and it's like, oh my God, it's like you don't have that time and then you're like pulling their fur and she has like curly hair, right? So you're like brushing it and you can tell the dog hates it and like you're trying to get her washed, but then she's washed and she loves it. I put peanut butter in the bath. That really helped today. I highly recommend that. That was like awesome. I went to a graveyard today, walked around there, did some journaling. I kind of like that. I don't know how you guys feel. Like parks are kind of overrated. Let's go to cemeteries. Am I right? Maybe not at night. There's one person I was talking to though. It's this girl. I was like, do you want to go on a date to a cemetery? And she was like, oh, whoa, that sounds cool. And I was like, oh, okay, so we should just get married then at that point, right? If you say yes to that, that's so wild. Oh my God. Yeah. Life's been like kind of silly, kind of kooky, kind of crazy. I was thinking about this earlier, and this isn't comedy, it's just kind of like life, but I feel like some people in the creative industry like don't really like creative people. Like they don't like to see like creative people. You know what I mean? Like they're just like not uplifting of it because it shows to them that maybe like they're not here for the right reasons. But then there are some creative people who are like so awesome and so nice and like see other creative people who are like really doing their thing and are talented and they like support them and they're really kind to them and they like help them up. And I think that like all those people kind of flock to LASC. And that's why I think it's like such an awesome place. So that's why I think everybody should come out tonight. Thank you so much. I'm Cici Treza. Yes. And all the time. It's such a nice, kind vibe in here.
All the time. That's what I say. They should go, thank you, Cici. Love the skin you're in. Nick Hanrahan, where are you? Come on, baby. Yeah. There you go. Getting all you Irish people mixed up. Richmond, Hanrahan. Oh, yeah. Patty.
Are you nervous about getting your wisdom teeth pulled?
A little bit.
I was so cheap when when mine came in. I was like, free teeth, pretty awesome. But now they're saying I need it removed, so I might be getting rid of them too soon. But yeah, I am sick of people who are bad at telling stories. You ever get people who are just come up to you and start spewing, and the yap meter is like off the charts? Like, this guy came up to me and was like, I don't even know where he was going. He was like, so I was walking the other day and listening to disco music and, walking, putting one foot in front of the other, sidewalk, left, right. I was like, where are you going with this? And then he's just like, let me finish. And I was just like, all right. And he's like, all right, so I'm walking. Walking upright is a distinct characteristic of being a human. I was like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? You know what I mean? But like, yeah, these people just they've just never been hit when they were kids, like you can tell. And that is something that you have to learn, and you ever had the hand raised at you and then you're like, all right, I got to explain myself in less than 5 seconds. Otherwise it's coming down on me. So that's just something that is like, that's really the only Irish thing about me that I was hit growing up. Like I'm a quarter Irish, so there's nothing really that culturally Irish about me, but yeah, I was hit and then I just feel guilty all the time for no reason. And I like redheads also. So I got like 3 things really. So so where I'm from the Bay Area, California, Silicon Valley to be specific. And my parents are engineers. They never gave me the birds and the bees talk, but they did sit me down one day and said, hey, you're going to do math and you're going to fucking like it. And so I'm stubborn. So when I was going to, I remember one of my first math tests, 1st or 2nd grade, teacher yells at us, ready, set, do math, motherfuckers. And then I was just like, I'm not gonna do it. And so turned in an empty test, and then my mom had to go like talk with the teacher, like, he knows how to do it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my son, but I know he could. I've seen him do math before. And forced me to retake the math test. So, yeah, you have to like math though. Like, it's not something you can just fucking do, but everyone does math where I'm from, and they're good at it. Kids are really good at it in the Bay. I remember this kid when I was 15. He sat next to me in class, and he was telling me, yeah, I work at NASA. Every day after school, I go back to school, or I go back to work at NASA. And then, yeah, I was like, I just learned to jerk off yesterday. Like, how the fuck is this kid going to work at NASA? Like, the only way you're 15 and working at NASA is if you haven't learned to jerk off yet. So I was like, hey, have you ever heard of jerking off, kid? Come on, motherfucker, jerk off with me. Or not with me, but you get the point. He's a woman now, so I don't know what that means, but interesting turn of events. So, all right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a horny bitch. I am into older women, but which sucks because I have a baby face. And so everyone was telling me growing up, like, hey, like, you're going to appreciate when you're older. And I'm older now, and I'm like, when are my dreams going to come true? And they haven't yet. I hit on this woman the other day, and she called me a sweet boy. I was like, don't make me call my mom and make her take us on a date. I like Legos, by the way. So I'm also brown. I don't know how they would receive me in Ireland, because I'm brown. I don't know if they'd be like the rest of Europe, like, I'm sick of these fucking immigrants coming in here, taking our fucking jobs. That's my best Irish accent. But, yeah, I might be going there soon, so we'll see. Hopefully meet some redheads. And, yeah. But yeah, I'm part Indian as well. I went to school. I don't know why I'm bringing up school, but I'm Indian, and I've lost touch with everything that I was going to say. But yeah, I think that's it for me. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Love it here. Huh? So I took business like a dummy, and I am a software engineer now, so I don't know how that works, but I resisted the nerdiness. And so I just gave in at a certain point, like, hey, I'm Indian. This is genetically predisposed for me. So, yeah, that's it. It sucks, though, because I stare at a screen all day, and I play video games also, so I don't know. Is anyone office worker here? Stare at a screen, you? Oh, nice. I don't think we met. What's your name? Griffin, nice meeting you. What do you do?
I'm editing right now.
Oh, okay. You ever, like, turn off your computer after work, and then you have to, like, look around like, oh, fuck, I can't see fucking shit. Yeah, it's like pulling out of the Matrix. I'm like, what year is it? But anyways, that's it for me. Thanks again, guys. Love you guys. My name is Nick. You can find me on Instagram at Nick the Hanrahan. And here is Sunda again.
Did you say my name right?
Yes.
He knows how to say my name right, which is great, because we could not give Bill Maher, ladies and gentlemen, so we did better. America's sweetheart, Mark Safran. Are you here? Come on. Don't be such a sourpuss, Mark. Give it up for Mark. Come on.
Little known fact. My wife has been shanghaiing me since the O.J. Simpson trial. All of a sudden, here I am practicing law, and I get shanghaied on News Talk television to be a commentator on the O.J. trial. I only say that for a little bit of color, because today I'm on the phone with another lawyer, and I say, somehow the conversation gets around to Stormy Daniels. And my position, of course, is pretty much like the way I was, taught to think about, like a lawyer, on the O.J. trial. Like, you look at it and see whether or not it's admissible evidence or not, and you really don't care about the ultimate result of the trial. That ain't your business. That's the jury's business. All right. So I say this to him, and last night, and this will tie together, by the way, it's not rambling, I decided that instead of my usual fare of the Ingram angle, the 5, and Greg Gutfield on Fox News, I would switch over to MSNBC. Lordy boy. It's like you're cruising into a completely different world. So all of a sudden, I start hearing about power dynamics. And it's fascinating how after listening to that woman, and I didn't hear any of it because none of us were allowed, this is definitely a trial that should be televised. Not Trump. OJ was televised, right? You got to see good stuff. Got to see if the glove don't fit, you have to acquit. Little things like that. It's a shame that Trump don't have Johnny Cochran. All right? That would be funny. I could see Susan fighting up against Johnny Cochran. Susan Hoffinger, the prosecutor. I remember her from when she was defending nursing home owners like me. So anyhow, all of a sudden I start hearing about its power dynamics, and then there's some moron on MSNBC. I don't remember his name. Well, she walked into the courtroom in a loose black dress, looking like a nun. And I'm thinking, what is this, a fucking scarlet letter? I had to listen to Nathaniel Hawthorne, but this is supposed to be the news. I'm not supposed to have some guy in a Shakespearean accent stentorianly talking and trying to turn Stormy Daniels into anything but what she is, a whore. This is the bottom line. I don't want to hear about power dynamics. I can see Cece in the corner over there giving me that, listen, you got to understand you men got it on us and everything else. So, that's the power dynamics. Because I walked into the room and he was wearing satin pajamas. It was a pattern bigger than me. Well, why'd you go up there? Now, you didn't go up there to look at his satin pajamas, but then you switched the game, as I heard about it, and you said you spanked him with a magazine with his own face on the cover. All right? So I'm thinking to myself, well, what game are you playing here, Miss Daniels? So I continue to watch MSNBC until I see this other woman, and she's supposedly a lawyer, and she's talking again. Well, she demonstrated the power dynamics. And I'm thinking, can't you just get laid anymore? I really feel sorry for Hanrahan here and you, Albert, you're way gone. All right? You've forgotten what it's like. Anyhow, and it's like, okay, this is really, pushes really out what the difference is between men of a certain age, not mine. I'm, shackled to Sunda, and women in this country. All right? So I'm going on listening to this claptrap, and then I listened to this lawyer today and talking about power dynamics. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, the last time I heard about a guy wearing silk pajamas, it was a boyfriend of one of Sunda's friends, and this murderous boxer wanted to kill him and was talking about his satin pajamas because he wanted to get the same girl. Right? Where are satin pajamas part of the power dynamic? But I digress. It's just that, when you think about, trying a politician, it's not so much banana republics that I remember. And this is the history lesson of this. Caesar wouldn't have crossed the Rubicon, started the 5th or 6th Civil War, and killed everybody, especially all the progressives. They were first to go, if they hadn't threatened to prosecute him the minute he crossed the Rubicon. So here's what it is. In ancient Roman times, when you were a governor or something, you had a thing called imperium. Remember, Latin is a very precise language. It's we who have made Latin shitty. So you had your imperium, which means you were cloaked with the power of the state. The minute you crossed the Rubicon, which was the border, you became just another Joe. At that time, what the Roman Republic used to do is your political enemies would prosecute you. Because Romans had a great system. It's not like America. They had like 20 or 30 jurors, each one of whom stayed bought. You see, you had to pay him off. And it was, kept pretty well. It depended who paid more. So very rarely did they, violate their salt. But essentially in the Roman Republic, you became part of the ruling class if you could give a good speech. And if you could pay for a couple of gladiator games. So this is what I'm going to suggest. We don't need an election. We're not getting a debate. All right? What we need are gladiator games. All right? Here's how I figure it like this. We're going to make it easy. Okay? Trump is going to face off against Biden, but he's going to have to get some sort of handicap because Biden can't make it across the tow line. But he's going to have to pick Kristi Noem as his vice presidential candidate because I'd love to see a cage fight between her and what's her name? Kamala Harris? Kamala, can you imagine that fight? Kamala couldn't stop giggling enough as Noem whips out a .45 and shoots her. I mean, this woman shoots dogs. Not that she was wrong about it. She should never have taken the dog. I mean, I know all you dog lawyers in the cover get bit, which leaves me with poor Secret Service agents. You ever thought you'd feel sorry for Secret Service agents? All right? They protect the president and everything. Actually, they chase counterfeiters. But the Secret Service agents that worked in the White House stood a 50 to 60% chance of getting bit by one or more of Biden's vicious German shepherds. And I merely have to point out something my parents always taught me. The dog reflects the master. And I've noticed that my whole life. If you have a dog that bites, and if you have a dog that's evil, it's because you bite and you're evil. All right? It's simple. And if you have a dog that just comes into your house and bites, shooting it is a good idea. All right? I mean, really, before it bites you. There are a bunch of Secret Service agents running around there with Major's teeth in their ass, which only goes to show you Joe Biden bites. Thank you, everybody. Oh, by the way, Samantha, okay, you're not even going to notice that the teeth are out. It's going to hurt for a couple of hours. Stop believing Sunday. Please, God. Really? You probably stayed overnight because you took anesthesia, so don't get me up that road. Don't worry about it. It's nice and easy. The only time it wasn't easy was Dr. Brown. Okay. This was another one of the insane dentists that I was sent to. Can you imagine walking into the dentist and he puts a sheet over you with other people's blood? And what's worse is he refers to himself in the third person. Dr. Brown's going to do this now. Dr. Brown's going to do this now. Dr. Brown, Dr. Brown. And you keep hearing Dr. Brown. I didn't need my wisdom tooth taken out. He needed $750. He didn't even use anesthesia. By the way, they give you a couple of shots of Novocaine. They just roll that tooth out. Brown broke it in my mouth. It was an extra $50.
Don't break it in my mouth. Dr. Brown is here. This is Dr. Brown. Oh, he was so crazy. Dr. Brown was so insane. Dr. Brown's here, Sunda. I said, Dr. Brown, there's blood on this apron. I need a new apron. And he says to me, there's not that much blood. And I just wipe it off, Dr. Brown's. And he was the best hygienist I ever had. Dentist, not so much. Not that you guys came here. You guys aren't iffing. You came here for the comedy of the one and only Griffin. Let's do this.
Yeah. Griff.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. How's everyone doing? Yeah? Good. I'm hungry. Haven't been eating carbs all week because I'm getting headshots Saturday. So, trying to slim down. That's what my mom told me to do. Don't eat carbs and make sure you open both your eyes fully with something. Do we have any LA locals here? You grew up here? Yeah, I remember that from your set. Anyone else? Or no? Yeah? I did too. I grew up in Santa Monica, close to here. I have an LA fitness mom. You know? One of those people. Have you met them? Like my mom, she's done every fitness class under the sun. Like she's done so much yoga. She knows more about yoga than any yoga teacher. Because she knows all the moves plus the final move where you marry a rich husband so you don't have to teach yoga. She's got a really good downward dog, apparently. Oh, no. It's my mother. That's horrible. This isn't live streaming. Oh, shit.
There goes the wheel.
There it goes. No, I'm fine. Yeah, my mom, she would embarrass me as a kid, but not in the typical way a mom embarrasses her kid. She would show off her body to people in my life. My middle school basketball team, she was picking me up from practice, and she went up to my coach, and she was like, "Hey, coach, feel my guns." And I had to watch my coach squeeze my mom's bicep right in front of me. It's like, "Griffin, man, your mom's putting in that work. You have to catch up to her." I was like, "Nah, I'm going to run away from home, I think." That didn't work, though, because mom also had insane cardio, so she caught me. She caught me. I come from, like, a real body-shaming family. We're body shamers, very fat phobic family, so I'm working with. Like, growing up, my mom would say to my sister and I, "Nothing tastes better than skinny feels." That was her motto. Nothing tastes better than skinny feels. That's a messed up thing to say to your kid, right? What's even more messed up is she's absolutely right. She's right. Adele's happier now. She is. I remember when Adele came out as skinny on Instagram. I don't know if you guys remember this. She got so many hate comments. It was crazy. Everyone was hating on her. They're like, "How could you do this? You went to the dark side." It's like, what? This is the dark side. What are y'all? The milk chocolate side? Yes. Is that weird? I don't know. My parents are psycho. I got a girlfriend now, and I think she's catching on to how crazy my family is. I was at lunch the other day with my mom and my girlfriend, and my mom was like, "Your dad's looking so good. He's lost 10 pounds. And my girlfriend's like, "Oh, what diet is he on?" And my mom's like, "Oh, no diet. He just got a super bad fever and hasn't ate for like 4 days. He looks incredible." My girlfriend was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh." My girlfriend's like, "That's horrible." I was like, "Lucky." It's getting shredded. I don't know. It's messed up. My dad's like, I'm taking advantage of this flu body. I'm never eating fried food again." That's what he's saying now. I get it. I get sick to get in sick shape, you know. Like, if I was in a place that had Ebola and the doctor was like, "This is a quarantine zone. If you go in, there's a 50% chance you die, but if you don't, you're going to have a six-pack." I'd be like, "Have them cough in my mouth. Let's do this. It's almost summer." Hair's feeling good. I was losing my hair like 5 months ago. I was going bald, and I got on the hair pills. You guys know about these? They're big, no? It's too late. I'm sorry. That might work. But bald is beautiful, but I'm too, you know. I'll let go later on in life. I got on it, and I didn't want to because I got caught up in that myth. Like, have you guys heard the myth where it's like your hair is based on your maternal grandfather? If your grandpa has hair, you'll have hair. That's not true. Because I was going bald, and my grandpa he's in his 80s. He has a full head of hair. He's not giving me good hair, you know. All he's going to give me is $2 million in a few years. Okay. But that's it. I got on the hair pills, and I was talking to my roommate about it, and he's like that, like he's anti-big pharma and little pharma and farms. He's one of those guys. He's like, "Bro, be careful about getting on those hair pills, because I heard one of the side effects is depression." I was like, "Don't worry, they got pills for that too." He was like, "Bro, it's even worse. I heard another side effect is sometimes your penis stops working." I said, "I'm about to blow your mind. They got pills for that too. I'm good." He said a main side effect of the penis pills, though, is sometimes you lose your hair. So you're stuck in a cycle of medication, bro. I'm going to go with the full head of hair and the full erection. You know? Cry in bed. That's how I'll do it. I was in Miami on a vacation with my girlfriend when I realized I was losing my hair, and I did what any man would do: had a complete panic attack and ruined our trip, destroyed the trip, ruined the trip, like freaked out. Yeah, it was bad. Because what happened was we had rented a convertible. Because the idea was we're going to ride around Miami in this convertible, be the cool young couple in Miami. I shut that down immediately. I didn't want the wind blowing through my hair. I was afraid I was trying to keep my hair. My girlfriend's just like, babe, you have to put the top down. It's the whole reason why we got the convertible. You have to put the top down. And I couldn't say no to her, but I was like, if we put the top down and we start driving on the highway, I might literally turn into Vin Diesel. Like, I can't risk. If we go too fast, I'm going to be furious. So, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of those ones. Thank you. What else I want to work on? Oh, I've been doing this dumb thing. So, you know when you have to wake up in the morning? You know, that part of the day? It sucks. Like, the alarm is so annoying. So I did this thing on the iPhone. You can set a song to be your alarm. And in my mind, I was like, I'm going to put a great song. Don't do that. Because then you start hating that song. You know it's going to be a bad day when you wake up and the first thing you say is, shut the fuck up, Bob Marley. That's not... Could you be loved? Now I hear that song. I have PTSD for having to be alive. Let me see what else I want to do. I'm on Instagram. No, I'm not. I'm on the live stream. Okay. Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about this. So I'm not one to brag, but I was just on Netflix, which is cool. Yeah. They use my face for a reality TV show. This show called The Circle. They it's like a social media competition and people catfish each other and they use my face to be like this AI chatbot's face. So now I tell people like I'm a Netflix comedian. Don't ask why. Don't ask details, but I am. I made a TikTok about it and it went viral, and it's weird because it's like it had nothing to do with my talent, you know? It's like I post my jokes, no one gives a fuck. I post this, it goes viral. It's like, damn, that hurts. It's weird to like think of yourself as an artist and work so hard, and then you're on social media and the stuff that goes viral is just ridiculous. Like I saw this video, 800 million views. It's of a wiener dog wearing a fedora playing the piano. It's like better than anything we're ever gonna do in our lives. And what's messed up is the dog isn't playing the piano. It's faked. Like I don't see any pause on keys. It's like from the backside, but you can't comment that wiener dog's not really playing the piano because then you're the bad guy. I think the reason why I did my video went viral because I did this thing called rage baiting. Have you guys heard of this? It's where you intentionally like put something in your video that's gonna piss people off, so people like argue in the comments. Like I saw an example of it is I saw this video. It was a cooking video and it went viral because this woman is making gnocchi. You know that pasta? And she's like, first you put the pasta, or first you make the sauce, and then you put your yoinkies in the pot. She called it yoinkies, and every comment was like, it's not fucking yoinky, it's gnocchi. People are just arguing. It's an Italian guy yelling at her. Someone comments below. It's like, damn, why are you so pissed off? Like Italians are all so aggressive. The guy replies like, why do you look like your dog? Like people are just getting mad and shit. Yoinky. She knew what she was doing. It's not yoinky. But yeah, I digress. What I want to end on. I've been eating at El Pollo Loco a lot. You guys know that place? Yeah, it's good. It's so good. It tastes like the chicken wanted to die. That's how good it is. Like the farmer went up to the chicken and was like, you know how this goes, I'm about to chop your head off and you're gonna run around for some reason. And the chicken was like, what? And then the farmer's like, wait, let me finish. You're going to El Pollo Loco. Chicken's like, it would be my honor, sir. So chicken salute. El Pollo Loco, they do this thing that a lot of fast food places do, which I think is kind of cool. They don't have mirrors in the bathroom. You go into the bathroom, there's no mirror. They're like, you're at El Pollo Loco at 11:57 p.m. You just ate a full rotisserie chicken with your bare hands. You look ugly. Take our word for it, all right? You look fucked up. Yeah. What? Oh, is that the light? Oh, okay, I'm done. Thank you. I never see it. I'm so sorry. Thank you, guys. Griff James, GRIF James on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Griff. And here we have from HBO, the one and only Albert Linton coming to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I've been waiting. I was waiting. Okay, so it's good to be here. And my name is Albert Linton. Actually, my real name is Albert Nathaniel Arthur Linton. I don't use it because the initials are ANAL. Okay, that's anal for the slow folks. Those of you still spelling it in your head. It's the power exchange, okay. I am totally confused. I was confused when you were talking about it when you were up here. I'm confused now. So, but that's not unusual. I'm confused about a lot of things. So, like my new suit, I'm debuting my new look. I'm going to let my hair grow, although I have the biggest bald spot known to mankind. But I don't know where we get our hairline from, but I know I got mine from my mom, and she lived 102 years. So if this hairline is going to extend my life, I'm going to bring this bald spot on, because I don't want to die. Ever. Period. I mean, it seems like such a waste. You know, as soon as you get to a point where you begin to understand some things, boop, then you die. What kind of shit is that? But then, you know, you have to realize that it's just a transition. Quincy Jones put it best back in the 70s. He had a song called Change. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Anyway, change. Speaking of the OJ trial, now, I remember the OJ trial, and this is a true statement. I watched the OJ trial from the initial chase, which was like a 10-mile-per-hour police chase. It was so funny. From that point until the last days of the trial. And I did not miss one single day. If I was like on the road doing comedy, then that night I would go back and go to Court TV, and they would play the whole trial for that day over again, and I'd watch it at that point. And my wife was with me at the time. I was married, yeah. Number three. I got a call from my ex the other day. I knew it was her because I have a special ringtone. When she calls, the phone goes, damn, like that. And then my Johnson turns into a vagina, just crawls right up. All right, enough of that. So my wife was white, and so I guess she was kind of interested in trying to figure out, is this nigga gonna kill me? Are these niggas going crazy? They just killing white women now? Is that what's happening? I don't know what she thought, but together we watched it every day. And so I reached the conclusion after watching it that we will never know who killed those people. We'll never know, simply because the prosecution just fucked everything up, tainted the evidence. I mean, talking about, there was supposed to be a speck of blood that you couldn't see if you were right up on it, but that was the speck of blood that led them to believe that there was something wrong with OJ, so they had to climb over his fence, right, and go in and blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So Johnny Cochran told, what was her name, the trial attorney? Marshall Clark. Johnny Carson told Marshall Clark, don't put those detectives on the stand, because if you do, your whole case is going to be lost. And she put them on the stand, and it was true. That's what lost the case, because they were caught in so many lies that it was like, we'll never know. We'll never know, because we can't trust the evidence that was presented, because these guys, they didn't do their job correctly. They screwed up, so I was kind of pissed off about that. So I shot my wife. A look of love, so that she knew that she didn't have to worry about me killing her. So that was the OJ trial. That was a whole, what, did that trial last a year and a half or something like that? Oh, man, a lot of people made careers off of that trial that we didn't know about. So it was an interesting trial. All right. Right now I have string in my mouth. Speaking of the dentist, I have $35,000 worth of dental work coming up. I'm right in the middle of it, and it's all in the back. You can't really see anything in the front, but I have to gargle with salt water and this special mouthwash. But I wouldn't worry about it. My dentist gave me as much, what was it, Novocaine? If I twitched, he'd give me more Novocaine. So I didn't feel anything when they were doing it. And they did extensive work in my mouth so far, and we have even more to go. So I don't know who your dentist is, but Sam, but it shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't hurt. That needle is that they use, those things are frightening to look at. But once that Novocaine gets in there, you don't feel anything. Because I was in that chair for 2 hours. And my eyes were open. They had shades on so that, the shit wouldn't get in my eyes. But I just laid there. And then of course, a friend of mine from Croatia, she spent $150,000 at the dentist, and you should see her teeth. I mean, they're fabulous. And then she moved to Fresno. I'm like, why did you spend $150,000 on your smile and then move to freaking Fresno? What sense does that make? But she fell in love, and that's what happens when people fall in love. They start doing. That's why I'll never fall in love again, which is the lyric from an old song. Don't tell me what is. Oh, I wanted to do this joke. I haven't done this joke in a long time. Remember Dionne Warwick? Some of you guys remember Dionne Warwick. She used to sing this song, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry whenever we meet, walk on by. Don't stop. Right, and it's more than them. So, but for me, it was like, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry, stop. I'm lost. Help this old man out, please. If you don't mind. Where am I? What's my name? I don't know. So I've lost, and I probably shouldn't say lost. I probably should have taken off close to 85 pounds. 1 minute left? 2, close to 85 pounds over a 3-year period. So, and it wasn't difficult to do. Not once I got the right drugs. The right drugs to kill your appetite so that you eat what they tell you to eat, and the weight just came off. Right now I'm 165 to 170 on any given day. And as long as I follow my regimen, like 12 hours of eating and then 12 hours of not eating anything, as long as I keep doing that, my weight stays under control. So, because I was huge. If you could see some of the pictures of me when I was like at 250, maybe 260 pounds. And my waistline was like in the 40s or something like that. And now I'm about to disappear. I'd take my clothes off and look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, nothing is where it should be. Because the older you get, the droopier your skin becomes. I take a shower and I put a robe on right away. I don't want to see my body in the mirror. I'm like, no, all this wrinkled skin, because the skin stretches, but then it loses the elastic, so you have those little folds running down your leg. At least that's what I have. And you scrub them to try and get them clean, but it's just. I am so glad I took the weight off. I feel a lot better. I look a lot better. I eat healthier, and it's all around better. When my mom passed away at 102, she weighed like 120 pounds. She was so small, so fragile, but she was so quick. Boom. she never lost that spark in her head, in her mind. She stayed sharp. 102. 102 years. So when she was born, the Atlanta Journal newspaper published the headline news that day was about a guy, a black man that they had lynched, that had been lynched by a mob, and his wife objected to him being lynched, so they lynched her too. That was the headline. And then here we are in 2024, and you have people saying, well, nothing has changed. And I'm like, nigga, please. Open your freaking eyes. All right, that's it for me. My name is Albert Linton. You can find me on Instagram or on Facebook, Albert Linton Comedy. And, I need to talk to you about making a tape.
Okay.
Thanks.
There you go. Making a tape. We used to make a tape and we had fun. Now we have the comedy of the one and only Aaron. Not Aaron, not Aaron, it's Aaron. Aaron. Did I say it right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Not Aaron, but Aaron. McIntyre, last name. Just so you know. I'm not going to ask you how you're doing tonight. 'Cause sometimes I think that, comedians just do that so that they can get some applause at the beginning. Get people up and, yeah, there we go. That's all I had to do. Besides, I just don't give a fuck. So, let's see here. What? Yeah. Because what person is going to go? No, I'm having a really shitty time. I'm having a really bad time. My friends just brought me by here because I was really depressed, and they were trying to make me feel better, and you're making me feel worse. So, because what I say is, if you don't like it, you can leave. You know what? I was listening to a show the other night, and somebody said this really old poem. I don't know if anybody knows this. I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Has anybody ever heard that one? Yeah. It's stupid. It's a fucking terrible poem. It doesn't. The rhyme is all off. The cadence. It's like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. And so I was thinking maybe it's a haiku. So I checked it out, and it's not. It's 6 instead of 5 on the last verse, but everything else is a haiku. It's a fucking haiku until the last word, which is you. So I thought that was interesting. Hoped you would too, but I guess I was wrong. So I did write my own poem. I've been around the world, from Maine to Kathmandu. I've tried to suss it out, but I don't know what to do. Every time I'm just hanging with my crew. I don't know whether I'm straight, LGBT, or Q. It's better in my head. And I did want to talk about dental work because it seems to be a theme tonight. When I got my wisdom teeth out, I only got the bottom ones taken out, and at that time I was in my 20s, and so I cheaped out and I went to the dental school and I had them do it, and it was $75. Huh? Come on, some of these people talking about $3,500 or $35,000. This was $75, and when I got done, I could not open my fucking mouth for a week. It just would not open. And I'm saying this not as a cautionary tale because it's going to be fine, because I literally had to suck my food through a straw for a week. And I told my friend about it, and he was like, man, that's just, I had my wisdom teeth out. It was, it was painful, but it was like a day, I was out of commission for a day. And I was like, I could not figure it out. And so then one night I was sitting in a bar, and I met this guy who was a dental technician. And I told him the story. I said, I don't know what it is, but when they took my wisdom teeth out, it really, really hurt. And he goes, well, where'd you go? And I said, I went to the I went to the dental school, you know, and I paid him $75, and he was like, "Oh, that wasn't your teeth, man. It's that you were totally knocked out, and they were sitting there for an hour and a half doing a lesson in your mouth with your mouth wide open." So it was the jaw muscles. It's the jaw muscles, because I had the top ones taken out, and it was literally, and they were gone. I just wanted to make you feel a little better over there. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, you know, a lot of parents especially say, or they get up to accept an award and they say, "Oh, I'd like to thank my parents because without my parents, I wouldn't be where I am." And I think, yeah, well, if it wasn't for your parents, you wouldn't be here at all.
That's true.
Right? Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Oh, you know, we hear the religious nuts out there saying that, you know, AIDS and monkeypox and all of that is God's way of punishing people for sexuality, homosexuals, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's ridiculous, because think of all of the diseases we have in the air that we get from other places. It'd be like, you know, it's because you breathe. It's because you breathe. That's why you're sick. And I just think breathing is an important part of living, in my opinion. Oh, and I've made a discovery that the daddy issues, it's a thing of the past. It doesn't happen with with the younger generation, the millennials, the X's, the Z's. They don't get it. There's no daddy issues anymore, because keep saying I'm typing. Because my daughter, I was married for 18 years. I got a daughter. She's 27 years old. She loves me, but she moved to the other side of the planet, to New Zealand, to get away from me. But it was because we've got FaceTime. So, you know, we could still talk, and that's a good thing. But the kids are they immediately put the daddies in the friend zone. I mean, it's just like an immediate thing. I remember my ex-wife and I were talking one time. My daughter did something wrong, and it was a behavioral thing. And, you know, in marriage, you know, you have somebody else who's part of your life, and they're raising the kid with you. And you're going to have different things that, you know, different ways of raising the kid, and you're going to have little arguments and skirmishes. But I'm kind of like, you know, we compromise, we go back and forth, and you don't need to always back me up on my decisions. I don't need to back you up on your decision. One night we were sitting there, we were having this argument, and my daughter's sitting there, and we're right in the middle of it, and all of a sudden she stands up and she goes, "Oh, Jesus Christ, if you guys figure this out, I'll be back." And then she walked out of the room. This is the same daughter who I feel we taught really well, because I get a little choked up. We're driving in the car, and she's like 4 or 5, and she's in the back in the little seat, you know, and we're driving down this road, and there's this person in front of us, and all of a sudden from the back I hear, "Oh, fucking come on, lady." And I was like, yes, we taught her well. She knows what to do. I wonder where the fuck she got that. Because my parents always used to, you know, like I'd get caught for doing something wrong, you know, and they'd say, "Why did you do that?" And I go, "Well, you know, because everybody else was doing it." She go, "Oh, really? So if everybody else was jumping off a cliff, would you jump too?" Right. And I'm like, I don't think that skipping fourth period is the same as jumping off a cliff. You know, I think it's a little bit different. And, by the way, if everybody was jumping off the cliff, you're fucking right I would jump off the cliff, because then I'd be really fucking lonely, because everybody be dead. Have you ever had a cast on and tried to masturbate? No, I'm just asking because I'm curious. That was it. Oh, I've been having problems with my memory lately. Yeah, another memory thing. Been having problems with my memory. Last time I was with a woman, we're right in the middle of the lovemaking act. And I was like, why did I come in here? I was looking for a parking spot one time, and I'm pulling into the parking spot, and you know how sometimes people will help you? You know, they'll say, you know, you can keep going, you know, because I'm having a hard time getting in there. It's a pretty tight spot. So there's this dude walking along, this old dude, and he's walking along, and he sees me, and he goes, oh, yeah, move. And so I'm backing up, I'm watching this guy, okay, I'm good, and all of a sudden, crunch, and he falls on his ass. And I realized, you know, nowadays you have to have a breathalyzer test for Good Samaritans because the guy was clearly drunk. And we were talking about hair growth, right? I had a very, very unfortunate hair pattern. You know how most people, like, they get bald and they just get bald and pretty soon they've got the stuff on the side. Mine didn't grow that way. It grew like in little patches all over the place, and there was one patch right in the front that was really long. Or really, it was pretty robust up there. It was like the only spot on my head that was robust. So I just let it grow really long, and then I did a comb back. But the problem is that when I'd walk in the wind, it'd be like I was waving at people. They'd see this. So I shaved my head, and now I've got the problem. I used to have a goatee, and I had to grow the sides because people kept saying, Heisenberg, I love Breaking Bad. And I'd be like, I don't cook meth. I don't cook meth. I don't kill children with ricin. And I would never, ever let a person choke on their own vomit. So that's it. Thank you.
Where can we find you?
Oh, yeah, you can find me at Aaron McIntyre. On Instagram, it's easy.
Okay, you got it. Thank you.
But it's A-E-R-O-N.
Yes, A-E. Don't forget, I-N. And let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Madeline. Is she here? Madeline, yes. There's the light over there.
Thank you. Sorry, I just came from the library, Mike, so it's always a rad time at the library. There is one. There's one down the street. I'm not sponsored by books, but, let me see what I was thinking about the other day. Y'all ever get your height tested or, like, projected as a kid? No? Maybe just some fucking weird Midwestern thing. When I was little, the doctors told me that, like, I'd have a projected height chart, and I would be 5'7" to 5'9". And my brother and I, funny enough, had, like, the same projected height charts. And he's 3 years older than me. So, when he was 3 and I was 3, we were the same height, 5, same height. And so when he hit 8th grade, he started at 5'4", and then shot up to 6 foot. Talk about growing pains, am I right? So when I got to 8th grade, I was like, ooh, my time to shine. It's gonna be awesome. And I don't know if you've seen me in public or ignored these platform sandals. I'm just a little shy of 6 foot. Kind of a short king out here at 5'3.5". So my goals of being in the WNBA really just fucking not dunked that one, and my dreams of America's Next Top Model. But it sucks. So I'm a short king, and what really sucks about it is my hip to rib ratio is literally like this much. Fucking built like Mike Wazowski out here. Yes, I'm dressed like this because I'm queer, but also so I don't visually harass you with my legs. All legs. It's not great. It's not that hot. But yeah, I'm dressed like this also because, if you didn't see me like this, I'd be just like fucking grandma with my vagina up here. It's not hot. But I found out when I was 15 by a doctor that I actually have scoliosis. And they told me if they had discovered it earlier and I had a brace, I would actually be 5'7" to 5'9". That fucking sucks. But they told me that I have to get spinal surgery someday. And so I'm getting close to my 10-year high school reunion. And I think I'm going to get it before then. Because you know how baller of a mover it'd be to walk in and be like, yeah, I live in LA now. And what do you mean? I don't look any different. Yeah, freshman year, I was like 5'4", but I've always been 5'9". Like, I would gaslight everyone, and maybe I would be beautiful enough to be America's Next Top Model. So that is my goal right now. Yeah, kind of built like a snake. It's great. I've also been debating, too, because spinal surgery costs a lot, I might just jump off a building and break my back, and, you know, it would just realign itself. All right, that's all I have for you guys. That's my spinal bit. Oh, my name's Madeline LeMay, and I have the very subtle name of Psycho Grunge Babe on social media. Psycho Grunge Babe. Thank you.
Remember that. Remember us. Follow us. Don't forget, guys, to follow us. And even from here to, he's here, Mr. San Diego. Diego's here. Come on. Yay.
It's actually Santiago. No, it's not. No, it's really chill. It's just Diego. I feel like I'm chill because my name is Diego. You know, like if it was Santiago, like I'd be a fucking lawyer by now. You know what I mean? Anyway, back to the lawyer pad. I thought that would get a bigger laugh, but I watched this TED Talk recently about how all the old people, sorry if I'm generalizing here, but old people are taking all the young people's money because of all the programs that we have. And like, you're looking at me like that, like it's a little skeptical, I feel like maybe, but right? I mean, you do hear about all these old people moving to Florida, right? Like what's, I feel like stealing from old people isn't that bad anymore. No, okay, never mind. Hold up. This is this took a turn. God damn. I didn't mean to go there. All right. I love my grandma. I love both my grandmas. I have 4 because they all divorced and then found somebody else. But my white grandma, definitely very impactful, most abusive, which really helped me in the end. You know what I mean? I was a stubborn bastard. I'd do so much shit. For example, all right, one time I took a shit in the bathtub with my 3 brothers there, and I was like, I feel like I was old enough to know that you're not supposed to poop in a bathtub. You know what I mean? I don't know where I'm going with that one. All right, but I think there's potential there. All right, I think maybe a little bit. Sorry, my bad, guys. What else did I wanted to also touch on my mom. I love my mom. I love my mom so much. Like, there's so much she did for me that my dad didn't do. You know, like he wasn't even there. I don't know. Did you have a dad? No? Me? Yeah? Oh, well, let me tell you. When you don't have a dad, all right, it's not that bad as long as you got a lesbian mom, all right? My mom's lesbian. All right, it's pretty good, you know? Yeah, you know, you don't have to deal with a stepdad fucking your mom. You know what I mean? But I did have a 20-year-old librarian stepmom. It's like the intro to a porn title, you know, just sorry. But yeah, I love Tori. She's great. The crazy thing is like my mom had her and then she dumped her ass. Like my mom's a player. Like not only is she getting it, all right, she's throwing it away. What are you doing? But she eventually got her back, so it's like, what emotional roller coaster? My God. But anyway, back to the lesbian stuff. One time she trapped me in a car and she started talking to me about her lesbian experience through college. Why? Like I'm sure there's some like ultra male dudes that would be like, or like, you know, I know lesbians know how to eat pussy. Everybody knows that, right? Sorry for being lewd. But I feel like this is you giving off the energy. That's why I'm apologizing. I know who's in control here. Is her. But like you know the best tips from eating pussy is going to be a lesbian. But your mom? God damn. I'm going to leave it with that. I appreciate you guys.
Where do we find you?
Diego the Doo-Doo.
On all platforms?
No, just on Instagram. Thank you.
All right, thank you. See that, Diego, at the LA School of Comedy, we care about you. We want to promote you. And if you want a copy of your tape, remember to see Jason. Thank you so much, Jason. I have an audition. Samantha has to leave. My name is Sunda Kronquist. Follow me on Sunda Live. Please follow us on all platforms here at LA School of Comedy. Thank you, Mark Zafran, for being America's sweetheart. And Samantha and Trezza over here. Sounds like a new dessert. I'm going to have the Trezza. Give me 2. All right. I'm Sunda Kronquist. Good night. Thank you, Jason.